Hello everybody, this is Christine of Christine's Awesome Things. I hope you all are having a good day. It's about that time where people are getting their food prepared for Thanksgiving, and I decided to do this video because I happen to be making a baked macaroni and cheese, and I wanted to show you all how to do a baked macaroni and cheese. Now I know what some of you are thinking, baked macaroni and cheese, are you serious? But guess what? There are a lot of people out there that do not know how to make a baked macaroni and cheese. At least not the kind that people are referring to, okay? Let me just make one thing clear. Baked macaroni and cheese does not mean boil noodles, put it in the pan, put some Velveeta cheese, milk, and butter in it, and put it in the oven. That is not baked macaroni and cheese. So, let me make that clear. Now, my husband is over here laughing. He made the comment, yes it is. No, it's not, okay? So I am going to show you all how to make a baked macaroni and cheese, okay? Now, first things first, you're going to need milk. Now, I have evaporated milk, which is what we've always used in baked macaroni and cheese. Now, you can use regular whole milk, but for a good baked macaroni and cheese, you want to use evaporated milk. I also have 2 eggs, okay? You want to add the eggs to the milk. Not the eggshell, of course, but you know. Now, I am using duck eggs because I have access to both chicken and duck eggs. Duck eggs are richer. It'll make the macaroni and cheese creamier, but you want to use chicken eggs because that's what's available. You're going to need salt and pepper in your milk and egg mixture, okay? You also want to make sure that you cook your noodles according to your package directions. And you also want to drain your noodles. So while my noodles are over there draining off, I am making my mixture. This is going to be poured onto my macaroni and cheese. So right now, this is all mixed up. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to get my noodles. Now, normally when you're doing baked macaroni and cheese, you want to use the regular elbow macaroni. I am using the box macaroni that I have, the stuff that you use to put on the stove to make a quick macaroni and cheese. And I'm only using this right now because I have like 8 boxes of them, okay? Normally, I would use the regular plain elbow macaroni and cook it. I'm going to use this today. If you're not a baker or cook, don't even try this, okay? Because it's not for you. Use the regular elbow macaroni. Same concept. Just pretend that these are elbow macaroni, okay? So, first thing, you want half of these noodles, okay, in your pan. Alright? Now, I'm using my hands. They are clean, so make sure you clean your hands, please, before you do this. Alright? And then I'm going to add the cheese on top. Now, when you're making a baked macaroni and cheese, the minimum amount of cheese you want to put in there is 3. Okay? The minimum. This one is triple cheddar that I'm putting on here, which is Vermont sharp and mild cheddar. I am going to put half the pack on here. Okay? Next one is Colby and pepper jack. This is a combination. I am putting half on here. Okay? Next, I am going to put American cheese. Again, it's going on the first half. Then I'm going to put butter on here. Right on top of here. Pieces of butter, okay? Pieces. Not the whole butter. Stick of butter, pieces. This is going to help to melt the cheese. Now, next, this is where you would pour your milk mixture on there, okay? But I'm going to do something a little different. You don't need to do this if you just have the regular elbow macaroni. But because this was that boxed macaroni and cheese, I'm going to use this powdered cheese, and I'm going to mix it in with the milk and eggs. Waste not, want not, right? This is just adding some more cheese to my macaroni and cheese. You also, at this point, want to go ahead and preheat your oven, 375 degrees. For those of you who are beginning cooks, preheating your oven means that you want to set your temperature of your oven at the recommended temperature and let it heat up for 10 minutes. That's what preheating your oven means, okay? Now I'm going to pour this milk mixture on top of this, making sure that I get it on here, and it's going to be half, okay? Now I'm going to mix this in here to make sure that all of it gets on the macaroni. And the cheese is all through here, okay? Now I'm going to repeat this process, the same process. I'm going to put the other half of the macaroni in here. And when you're doing baked macaroni, you want to make sure that you have a pan that's a bit deep, because when you do this, the macaroni will puff up. All right, so this is the second half that's on there, and I'm just going to repeat with the second half of my cheese, spreading it on here. Next is going to be my Kobe Jack. Now I'm going to put a bit of mozzarella on here. Now normally I don't use mozzarella in my macaroni and cheese. I couldn't find my normal picking cheese. Apparently they were sold out. And I'm going to put that on there. Only a little bit of mozzarella. And then my American cheese. Few pieces of butter. Making sure that I break these up into small pieces so they go everywhere and all over. Then I'm going to pour the rest of this mixture on top. Again, it would be your milk and eggs, your salt and pepper, but I went ahead and added the powdered cheese that was in there in the package that I used. And then we're going to go ahead and mix this again to make sure that we get everything all incorporated in here. Because we want to get that milk and the eggs and everything on these macaroni noodles. All right. Spread that out on there. Now I am going to cover this up with aluminum foil and put it in my oven for 20 minutes. Alright, so after your 20 minutes, you want to go in and stir your macaroni and cheese up. It's important to stir it. Make sure you're getting all that cheese around there. Melt it. See that? Cheese is already starting to melt. Once you've stirred everything in there real good, put the foil back on. And leave it in there for another 20 to 25 minutes. That'll melt all your cheese in there. And one other thing you want to make sure is that when you're baking your macaroni and cheese and you stir it around after the next 20 to 25 minutes, you want to make sure that there is no milk left at the bottom of your macaroni and cheese. Alright, so it's been another 25 minutes, and this is what the macaroni and cheese look like. I am going to stir it up so you can see that? That is what you call baked macaroni and cheese. Cheesy. All the milk is gone out of it. That is a true baked macaroni and cheese. Alright? Your family is going to love it. It is delicious. Now, I want to give you some tips. Once you get good at making your baked macaroni and cheese, there are other things that you can do with it. Some people like to add bacon in their macaroni and cheese. You can cook your bacon, let it cool off, chop it up, and add it to your macaroni and cheese before you bake it. And you'll have bacon in your macaroni and cheese, gives it more flavor. Or you can cut some ham up in small pieces, add it to your macaroni and cheese, and then put it in the oven and bake it the same way. You would do that with the bacon if you wanted to. It adds a different flavor. It adds meat to it. It's delicious. This has been Christine of Christine's Awesome Things. Like and subscribe and comment below. Try the recipe. Let me know what you think of it. And I'll see you soon.